Hello everybody, welcome to another day of Cosmoteer. Today what we're going to do is we're going to clean up a lot of these ships that have already been finalized and done with what they need to be. So we already know that this is going to be, or at least is, the final version of that one that I've had. So what I want to do is I want to start getting rid of all these other ships that I know I don't need. Now this is a good starting ship, and these ships right here are not good final designs. Actually, this one's might be better than that one. So we're gonna delete out this one we don't need anymore. And same thing like these other ones. I don't need these other versions. Going up the folder. I don't need that version either. And I don't need that version. 1062. Yeah, 1063 is the last one we're gonna keep that one. Now what we do need to do is we need a midpoint between 66,000 and the 128 between these two. So that's why I'm gonna fix this one up to be as if it's an upgrade of that one, just as a template. Now these ones are almost near the same class, except there's that little booster in the back. We're gonna get rid of this one, and then that's the final version of that one. Now these right here, the two defense ships. Out of the two defense ships, this is the one I'm going to keep. I'm not going to keep this one, so we get rid of that one. Same thing for these ones right here, these bigger ships with the bigger power generator that's bigger. I don't need these other versions. I was just fooling around with it. We'll keep this one final version right here. Now 1069. What was this one? Why did I make this one? Look at it real quick. What was I doing with 1069? Well, let's compare it to 1063. Costs a little bit more. Why? 1069 costs a little bit more. Oh, that's because I put another. Okay, that's why. This one right here has two disruptors, and this one has only one disruptor. But I moved everything out. So performance-wise, two disruptors compared to one disruptor, and I also changed it, moved it out more. So that was just a playing around with it. Honestly, I think having two lasers right here, and having them close together is probably maybe better ish. Oh, that's right. I moved that down there, and I moved everything else down, so the back sticks out more. That's why it costs more. But you can see two disruptors actually play a good effect in it. So what I'm actually going to do here, let's come back here, and we'll just have this one closer to that version. So there's 1063, and we'll rename you to 1064. So that would be different. So we have 1063, which is two lasers, 1064 with two disruptors. So it makes a difference because the two disruptors can take out shields depending on what you need to do. So we have those that upgrade to this way. Now we have a bunch of these versions of these ships, which I don't really need. I know 1.1, and then I changed it up here. Now I do think I actually changed out this. So let's get rid of some of the versions that I don't need compared to 1.1. Pretty sure 1.1 has this funky back armor, and then 1.0... 1.10? No, it has the same armor on the back. One of these I changed up and I added a better armor in the back. I gotta go find it. I have too many versions of these ships. Maybe it was 1.14. I think it was 1.14 actually. 1.14. Yeah, 1.14 has a better armor in the placement in the back. I know it's more jagged, but it covers more area and adds more defense for the back, for if a case is getting shot in the back. Now, I like 1.14 as a better final version compared to 1.1. So in 1.1 and 1.10, well, why is 1.10? Oh, 1.10 has the bigger power plant. This is the bigger reactor. That's right, I was testing that. So I don't need the bigger reactor one. It costs so much more. See, the cost 20,000 more. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to get rid of it. I don't need 1.10 because it's just a bigger reactor. That was just for testing it. I don't need 1.1 because I'm going to take 1.14. 1.1 is going to replace 1.14 is going to replace 1.1. So we'll delete 1-1. And we'll rename you to be 1-1. Okay, now these are games that I built in I know I built those ones in the game. So it's been a while since I played. So let's check these and see which ones we're gonna keep as upgrades. So this one right here, we added shields on the back. This was to cover more back to play against Grand Admiral. I know in game I remember changing it, and then I added armor there. And that was the reason to do 1-1. And then this one I added even more shields. Okay, but the back has no armor at all. And in fact, I just want to see how they perform against each other. More shields versus more damage. I haven't even tested these ships versus each other. Now this is normal gameplay. If you're playing on Grand Admiral, obviously the more shields come into effect to live longer, because that was what was needed at the time. We'll leave them as templates. I can see that there would be a long battle. It was more build, more tanky to be that way. Okay, that's that. 113 was the more of the... What was 113? 113 and 141. Let's take a look at these ships. So this was my normal one that I never changed. I didn't even get to play that one in Grand Admiral. And this is the one... Okay, this one's the more shields with more... This is the one with the back armor. Got it. Same ship, but more back armor on it. And the boosters are placed better compared to this one, which is more pointy, and then I have that storage in the back. This one has a storage right here. So this one's placed... I like the storage on this one better. I actually want to fix up the back armor here, which would be a better idea. But I think we'll keep this ship. Now obviously fighting against these two ships, well, I don't know who would win. This one's got far more armor. And then I also put a bigger reactor in that one too. Okay, so the game I built for Grand Admiral lasted and lived longer. It also costs more and has more crew, but it's designed... I think it's designed better. It doesn't have as many heavy lasers, so it doesn't do enough big burst damage. But I think overall, in the long run, I like 113 better. Okay, while it's doing its thing, I'll just see whoever wins. I'm not going to watch the fight. I'm just going to fix the back armor. Fix this here. Fix that there. Fix this here. Fix that like that. Do a 3-piece. Fix it like that. There. Now it's got a decent amount of armor there like that. It's got good armor on the back. There. Now it's decently protected in the back. Okay. It's still one, so barely one, but it's still one. So we're gonna save it anyways. We're gonna save it. We're gonna save 113 over 141. Okay. We'll keep the original design because I never got to test it fully yet. So that's that. 113, 114. Okay. 142 and 1422. So cost-wise from upgrading, that's what I built in ship. We still need 142, I believe, because it costs a lot less. But this one was more of a, it has the back armor, and we had more space there for less this way. Okay, that makes sense. We're going to keep those two. Those are good templates for now, because that's what I built in game. And then 143, and so the main reason why I never keep using 1424 is I didn't like 1424. 124, this one right here, I didn't like this. So actually this ship, and I do remember I fixed up the rolls some. But when you get rid of this, that's better, but not in full. A little too many. I think 4 in the back is about as good as it will go. And then instead of this way, what we should do here is we should add armor. Is how it should be. And armor should be facing something like that. And then I did fix the back armor here. That's a little too many layers. I think double layers is good enough. So actually, let's fix this to be like this. Get rid of a little less weight. That way it gives it a little bit more. So you have 1 extra layer of protection. Now right here, this needs to be fixed. Right there. And probably a single piece of armor right here. There, now that will fix that. That way they can't shoot in too much that way. So let's do the same thing here. And then that becomes a better ship. A better back armor anyways. So this makes it that way, and then there's still this weak point right here. But they're mainly going to be shooting in. That needs to be covered actually. There. Because a little bit more defense on the back. Okay. Now we can save this ship. And it's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Reload them. Let's see the difference. They're almost 143. Okay, they're almost identical in that sense. 1423. But this one probably has different back armor. See, no back armor, no back armor. Okay, I went all the way up, but I didn't add that. Rolls. Double check the rolls. Double check the rolls, because I know I only fixed the rolls on one of them. This one has 1010 for deck cannon, and if this one doesn't have 1010 for deck cannon, for the cannon guy, then I know they're very different. Job priorities, check cannon, 1010. Okay, so they are near the same. I'm not going to touch them too much because I know I've only been working on 1423. But this is now an upgraded of it, giving a little bit more armor, armor on the back, and better placement. So we'll leave that one as is for now. Let's go double check these ones. I know I have a 15031 and a 15032. I'm pretty sure in the last engineering video, I made huge changes to walkways. Let's take a look at this. Okay, this one, yeah, see how there's a single up here and there's not that walkway here? Where this one right here, almost the exact same design, but moving everything out where I have walkway in, walkway out. And this one always wins now. And so I no longer need this older version. Plus this older version has this weird looking head where I made the nicer design that I like. This design I like more, a little bit more armor, and still giving it that little pointed like look to it. Now the back armor is not fixed in full, but that's okay. We're going to get rid of the older version because we don't need it anymore. Or instead of getting rid of it, you know what? I can just rename it. We'll just come over here and just say old. Old. There. Now it's no longer on the top of that list. All right. There's these two versions right here. Let's bring the load in number version 1. Load in version number 2. I'm pretty sure the difference between these two was I did a huge amount of rolls. Change it to it, trying to show the difference between rolls. I think that's the only difference. But I do need to change up, have energy dispersers here, but I want to get rid of the older version. So basically whichever one wins, we're going to keep in it. This one has the modified rolls. This one doesn't have the modified rolls. This is the original. And I think the original stands... Well, this one, because the power should always be in the power plant. And these ones, different people manage the power plant for it. But you see, it does better in the beginning, but in the long run... power is power plant. This one sees sulfur's not supplied, so the cannons fire a little bit less compared to these ones where the cannons can fire a little bit more. We're looking at the sulfur count too now. This one has 4 slots sulfur used. This one only has 3 slots sulfur used. So this one is shooting slower, and this one's shooting faster. Because you see how we're consuming so much more sulfur? So yeah, sulfur count 1, 2, 3, 4 with half of a 5th one. And this one I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already used. And they're being managed better. And you can already see that because this one's shooting more, it should technically win. It may not, just because of how the damage is being placed. And they should be aiming at that cannon, honestly. It's aiming at these shields. Okay. So this one won because of better rolls. Took a lot longer. But what we're going to do here is we're just going to get rid of... We'll just rename you. We'll rename you as old. Put you back there. Okay, I have never really tested that one in gameplay. These ones are just examples. I don't even want you in here anymore. Rename you, get you out of this list. Alright, 161, 164, 1643. These are the two different ones where this one is the smaller one. And this is the one with the modified with 124 crew. I'll just showcase it in case people are watching this for the first time and actually went and got this far. So 164 is the one without these little power capacitors. And 1643 has these power capacitors in them, as well as more crew. Giving it more defenses for projectiles such as missiles and other things that are being shot at them. So, but we're going to keep both of those, because there's a reason to have more crew in it. Didn't test this yet in Grand Admiral. No Pause Cosmoteer Grand Admiral Engage. This one I am still using, but I do want to modify it, so that's what we want to do next. And then, might as well showcase this, because this is what I've been working on for a very long time. But I never got to it. So what I'm going to showcase here is this is a Vega. A heavily modified Vega. So, you can see right here, this is the original Vega. Now if you've been watching my gameplay and you've been following along all the different episodes, I was thinking about taking an actual Vega and using it. So what I've done here is I've heavily modified the Vega. And the main reason that this defense is over here is for when you're fighting a missile ship. Or missiles keep pounding you, because the Vega doesn't have any point defenses on it at all. But it is a pure power ship. But its crew amount is huge amount to actually use it. Now watching them perform and fight against each other, you can see right here, tons more boosters, compared to here, the original Vega. The biggest weak point is the back. So what I did was I modified the back significantly to add a whole other layer of armor to protect it from being swiped from the back easily. and it has far more maneuverability because you see I have engine room, engine room, engine room, where this one right here only has these 2 engine rooms, where I have 3 engine rooms and I have far more boosters to be able to maneuver and move around. And this maneuverability, because I didn't add any more lasers, any more damage, the maneuverability gives it the advantage over the original Vega. The original Vega is a very nice design front facing. You see the damage is doing a significant amount, where I've sustained near very little damage, and my maneuverability is huge. I can fly faster, I can sideswipe faster, and I have much more protection in the back. And to showcase protection in the back, you'll see that this new modified one will always win against this one, and I haven't changed any of the damage. Only the boosters and only the armor and the outlining of it. Now it costs more, and I know I added this extra defense here, specifically for if you're getting sideswipe or missiles on them. Because the first thing that they target is this medium reactor, and they're going to target these shields. So this is your biggest pain point when you're fighting against multiple ships, is they're going to aim toward this reactor if they're fighting you front facing and you have more than one ship on you. Or over here, if they come to the sides, you have to protect your boosters, because once you take out the boosters and maneuverability, you see right here it's not protected, or even here they're not protected. The Vega has so many weak points, either from the back, from the side, or being swiped. So I started protecting it from all these different sides, and I want to showcase it because when you're playing gameplay, you're gonna get surrounded. You're gonna get attacked from all directions. And if you're playing on Grand Admiral, you do so much more. And you see right here, my modified Vega beats the Vega 100% of the time, just because of these small modifications. So let me showcase you what, because I'm eventually going to get there. I don't have enough crew to pilot my modified Vega, not even close. But let's take my newer ships, okay? My 124 crews. Let's just take 2. We'll probably even put in a 3rd one just to showcase that the modified Vega can at least take on 1 or 2 of these guys pretty easy. The 3rd one probably going to wipe them out. But I might see how I have so much more speed forward. You can back it up, and you see right here, taking the damage. This is why this extra layer of defense is right here. They're aiming for this spot right here. They're trying to take it out. That's why that extra defense is there. Now right here, they're going to try to take out this part. They're going to take out this engine room. Now, if the Vega is just fighting 2 of these guys, it can normally handle 2. But when you get 3, you see right here, they're pounding from the side, pounding from the back. I just want to showcase, you know, all the different attack points if you have 3 major ships on you. And the Vega's still going, even though they took out this whole section. Crippled this ship nearly, and is going to do this one. Now, if I come over here and I actually would have take out, and the 3 ships are going to win. But if I take out one of these ships, and I only do 2, this modified Vega does stand a chance against it. Now, we're also doing the same cost, too, because you see 1,700,000, and these 2 equal close to 1,600,000, almost 1,700,000. So 2 versus 1 of these is actually more near the same cost, and you'll see that even just one of my ships, because of all the modified defense, it takes him a long time to get through all this defense, while giving me enough time to demolish one of my ships. And I'm purposely pinning against my ships because I'm trying to do it that way. Now, you see, if you still sideswipe and coming from behind, you can still get destroyed. And this modified Vega doesn't win all the time against 2 of these ships, but it can, as long as you're not getting hit directly from the back. Now, I don't want to add too much armor in the back because it adds a lot more weight. But this would be more of the head-on, straight-on against those bigger ships that we're going to be facing, such as nukes and stuff. But my biggest problem with this Vega is I have no point defenses on it. So one of the things I do want to actually take, and I want to take this for example so that you can see it for yourself, is there's these new ships. Obviously, there's new designs that are coming out because the game keeps getting patches. There's a monolith, and they have a new ship. Well, it's not really new. It's probably on the older, but its cost is ridiculous. Is this ship right here. But what I want to take from this ship, the modifications anyways from it, or at least the examples, because they have really good examples on them. What I take from this ship right here is how they have this displaced right here. All these point defenses here, and then layer stack in the back. I want to take this from this ship. Now this ship right here is nasty and massive and can do tremendous amount of damages and take out almost all a lot of the other ships. Now, the one ship that actually can face this super high level ship is what was the name of it? Is it an Imperium ship? No, even the nuke ones didn't stand a chance against it. Like, even if you were to face this one against it, this ship loses against that one. But the one that can defeat it... Was it a Cabal? Is the Orion. You take an Orion right here and have this huge amount of defense in their front. This Orion with all of these can just demolish because it just cuts this other ship in half. Because it just has so much layers. But this ship right here is a ramming ship. You can see how it rams. And it literally has a ton of different cannons on it. Cannon placement. I really like how they have these capacitors and how they have it lined up. Mine ship's not designed that way, but you can take the ideas from it, or at least how it's built. It's very, very cool. And you see how the Orion just demolishes this other ship. And if you watch the whole thing, the Orion will eventually win. But what this other one does, and if you face it against many of the other ships, even this other one with a ton of nukes on it, or you know what, I'm not trying to, this one have missiles on. See all these missiles in the back? These missiles in the back? What this one does, and what I'm mainly looking at is these point defenses. See these point defenses? They take out everything. Literally everything that comes at it. And that's what I want to put on the Vega, or at least the modified Vega, is I want to put on point defenses that can do a tremendous amount. Now you see this ship right here, it just literally, it does such good damage, and it doesn't win all the time. I can see that now because I haven't fitted against it enough times. But if done well, you see all these different cannons. It fires over, it's got ion beams that are just shooting in. It normally does stand a chance because those nukes don't get in. But they're both trying to ram each other. But my main point that I want for this one is, you see these point defenses? This is the idea I want to take from this ship. These point defenses are constantly just... Now obviously this one lost power because it lost its generator, but it's covering the sides very, very well. See all these missiles? They're coming in, and these point defenses are just taking them all out. That's what I want to take from this ship. Or at least the idea behind it. He's got layers of 3, 6, and 9. So 3, and you see how they replenish it really quickly enough to keep going. So that's the idea I want to take from that, and somehow place it on at least one of my ships, or at least the Vega. Because where I'm going next is going to be tons of nukes, tons of projectiles, tons of things coming at them. And I know all my ships are doing well, but my ships go up to the level 17, 15 to 16 area. 17 is really cutting it close for the ships that I have designed. I need to start designing ships that can go above that to face on those higher level with all those nukes. Because how do you take on when something's shooting that many nukes at you? Like what do you do? You either take them out first, or you get destroyed. So I got to think of that. I'm still trying to think of what to do. The thing is, the Vega takes on so much crew, 244 crew, and it's very expensive. When I say very expensive, if I lose this ship, replacing it is tremendous. So that's something I'm still trying to think about and trying to build upon. Yeah, that's the next step. I know this was more of just a discussion, build out, move things around, but I just wanted to show that this is the next type of laser ship I want to move up into and see how it performs in the higher level area. I've never even faced it in a regular game, so let alone in Grand Admiral. I'm a little hesitant to see how it will perform, but you can see it just does really good damage. Tremendous amount of damage. But the idea is, how does it actually perform? Now, my other concern too is if I were to take, or lower costing guys here. Sorry about that. The thing about this, that was my other concern too, is if I were to take 2 of my, or 3 of my original, this one. Same, almost cost less. You take these guys right here, 2 cannon ships. the original 2-cannon ship, but change modified roles. Take 3 of these ships, right? Which cost less, is almost 76. I can't even do math right now. 76, 76, 1400, 30. Yeah, less crew. If done well, these 3 ships should be able to take on this 1 ship. In fact, I think they do actually in my past performances, but there've been a lot of patch updates and a lot of patch changes that have come in, and those patch updates and those patch changes have changed the way damage is done or what they target. But 3 of these ships used to be able to take on one of my modified Vega. I don't know what it does now. It's been a long time since I tested this modified Vega. I built them a long time ago. If you've seen my other videos, you've seen it sitting there, but I've slowly been working on it a lot, trying to make it more, to do more with less. Maybe the modified Vega does do better than I'm thinking. We'll have to build it in Grand Admiral gameplay. We'll see how it does. The scary part is I build this ship. They're all going to target him. I'm going to have supporting ships, obviously, to support the Vega that I go in with. But this is going to be their main target. They always try to attack the biggest target. And even though he has armor, I'm thinking this Vega needs even more armor for the nukes and missiles that are to come. But then I have my small little point defense guys as well. So wide, big, huge battles versus each other, we'll really see how that goes and how that performs. And I can see actually 3 of these ships in the long run. See, he already got through to the back. And we're trying to see, like, when you're fighting in the game and you get faced and swamped against a lot of these other smaller ships, the damage they can do to your one ship if you're just playing one single ship, which a lot of people do. You can see it's still lost. So that's my concern. A lot of these smaller ships cost us, and that's why I build my ships the way that I do. I build them this way so they're easily replaced, so they can get back in but still do as high as performance as they can with as little as possible as you can. So that's why I don't try to always build bigger ships, because yes, bigger ships are cool, but if you have a lot of smaller ships, which if you're watching my Grand Admiral No Pause Cosmoteer Grand Admiral Engage gameplay, you'll notice I use a lot of ships, and they can take on higher cost ships and huger amount of battles. Like when you're swarmed and you're getting attacked wave after wave after wave, if you don't have enough ships that can withstand and keep going, and also be able to replace them, right? You have to think of, okay, if you're gonna lose your crew, lose your ships, will you have enough crew to replace and replenish your ship, or do you have to spend all that time trying to gather crew again and gather materials so that your ship can go? Be it railguns, be it nukes, or whatever it is that you're planning to play. I don't play with railguns, I don't play with nukes, because it takes away the enjoyment of the type of game that I like to play. I like to play this in-your-face type of battle, fast pace, and keep going type of gameplay. But we'll see when we get to the higher level area if I really have to switch to like railguns and nukes and maybe design some to do that for the higher gameplay. I don't plan to do that, but we'll see what happens when we get there. And we'll see if this modified Vega is a ship I want to use or not. We'll play around with it, we'll get it in the gameplay, and then we'll see if it's something that I can use or maybe I won't use. I don't know. We'll see. Again, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. If you stayed here this long, thank you so much. Please go ahead and smash the like button. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Leave me a comment. If you haven't already subscribed, feel free to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, that's okay. Come back once a week, once a month. Check out what content I have. And thank you all so much for being here. And you all have a wonderful rest of your day.